Luke Tannen, who's here with me today, is the Executive Director of the Chicago Innovation Awards. Luke, tell me a little bit about the awards.
So the Chicago Innovation Awards, we're now in our 15th year of celebrating, educating, and connecting innovators in the Chicago region. And at a very high level, what we're trying to do is change the narrative of Chicago so people think of it as a real hub of creative activity.
Well, now, technology, and that's why what we're talking about today. There's a couple of topics which you really have your finger on. So, for example, the Internet of Things.
Yes, the Internet of Things. So last year we had 535 nominees, and we can see trends that emerge from looking at all those nominees and what they're doing. And there's so much more we're seeing in the Internet of Things, so sensors that are connected to the Internet that are providing data in new ways to inform decisions.
And this isn't just machine-to-machine communications, it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, so for example, on the consumer side, there was a company called SwingBite, which was a winner. So it was a sensor on a golf club, and it would tell you, it would connect to your cell phone, tell you how your swing is, so you know what changes to make. Or another one was in the farming sector. So it was a company called 640 Labs, and it was a sensor on farming equipment that could detect soil composition and moisture and all the things that farmers need to know, then send that up to the cloud, and then inform all these other farmers about what is going on, what they need to know.
Well, the cloud, there's another area, but we'll come back to that. Another area, and actually it's in the clouds, drones.
Yes, drones. So drones are exciting. Everyone wants one. I have one. I crash it more than it probably should. But the place that I think is really exciting with drone technology is actually more in industrial application than in people using drones for toys. So, for example, there's a company called Leading Edge Technologies, which uses drones for farming. And so they fly around. They're able to detect how crops are performing.
Soil conditions.
Exactly, and then and they're able to take it one step further. They actually have the ability to then spray certain crops with pesticides or chemicals that can help them grow. So it really is about precision farming. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, kind of going the opposite direction of something so global, and that's something very personal. Haptic technologies. What exactly is that?
Yeah, so haptic technologies, this is certainly an emerging technology. This is very new. Think of it as unlocking the sense of touch in the digital world. So we've seen a lot with graphics and visual when it comes to digital, or sound when it comes to digital. The idea, though, of touch, and I'll give you an example of a company that's doing this very well. It's called Tanvis. And if you see a cell phone that has this haptic technology, the CEO showed me it was a golf ball. And he said, okay, touch the dimples. And I'm thinking, you can't touch dimples on a golf ball on the screen. It's a flat screen. But sure enough, you can actually feel the dimples. Or if there's a picture of a dog, you feel one way and you feel soft fur, you feel the other way and it's bristly, just like a real experience of petting a dog. So, the applications I think are really endless there, and it'll be cool to see what happens in the future.
And of course, people probably can be touching haptic technology on their cell phone or perhaps on their smart watch device by just vibration, but that's like the simplest starting point in it.
Yeah, and if you think how this would really make a real impact for people, think about this in a car. So connected cars that have touch screens now, you're seeing a lot more of those. You don't want to be looking at your touch screen as you're driving. So the ability to look forward and feel where there's certain textures to certain buttons, air conditioning, turn on the volume, that's where you'll see lots of different use cases.
Great. Luke, I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much.